Yo, what's up? This is the G Greg and this is Force Training Academy. Thank you very much for checking this video out. I'm making this video because today I had a very good talk with a very interesting person. The man lives and works in Switzerland. He's managing one of the clubs over there in Zurich. He's an amazing person. He spent about 20-30 minutes on the phone, and we were talking about many things, and one thing what was really interesting, and it struck me well, is his comments about functional training. He said there are a lot of trainers who seems to be doing this functional workout kind of stuff, and he likes it as well. I mean, look, the guy is doing Ironmans. He's very, very, very fit. He's amazing. But when it comes to his opinion and my opinion about functional workouts, it's similar and it's a little bit different than what you would expect. Or maybe you know me better and you know what I will say. So first of all, when you Google functional workouts, you will find that a lot of trainers are doing it nowadays. It's sort of like a trend, a fad. But if you take a look into their workout methods, what they call functional is really just a light to moderate intensity technical circuit training. That's what it is. There are no real skills being trained most of the cases. It's more like to get you sweat, to elevate your heart rate, which is a good thing, but it's cardiovascular training. It's not functional strength training. It's not gonna give you skills, it's not gonna give you strength, it's not gonna give you power. It's gonna give you endurance of the certain exercises what you're doing at a certain intensity. You're doing that. And by intensity, I mean these are really very low intensity workouts, because if you in terms of strength training, intensity is more like how much of you is being challenged in the moment. So if I'm doing a heavy squat, a very heavy squat, and I do 3 reps or 4 reps, that's intense. That's quite intense, because those 4 reps, like, they are draining, man. You gotta work on those 4 reps. It's very intense in a very short amount of time. If I would be doing jumping jacks for 5 minutes, that would not be intense. Although after the squats, I might not be panting. After the jumping jacks, I might be panting, but still, the intensity of the squat in strength and conditioning terms is much higher than it is of a jumping jack. So it's not really intense, right? It's more like a cardiovascular workout. And so here is my point. Look, if you're looking for a functional training program, first of all, you need to decide what you want to achieve. You need to decide what your goal is. Because having a functional training program means that, well, every training program is a functional training program, quite frankly. A well-designed training program is going to be functional. If you follow a powerlifting program, which is, let's say, a West Side protocol, 10 to 12 sets of 2 to 3 repetitions, you change the numbers, but it's usually between like 1 to 3 repetitions, big intensity, a lot of sets, very low reps, very high rest periods between sets, extremely high weights. It's functional for a powerlifter because that's what a powerlifters want to do, right? A powerlifter program would consist of mainly 3 exercises, the 3 main exercises, which is deadlift, squat, and a bench press, and all the balancing and correcting exercises around that, which help you to get a bigger, guess what? Squat, deadlift, and bench press. That's it. Because that's what a powerlifter does, right? It's a cool program. It's amazing for a powerlifter. Now, you choose a rugby player and you put that poor soul on a powerlifting program, that's not gonna work very well, because the skill of a rugby player, the skills a rugby player needs on a field are completely different than a skills a powerlifter needs during a meet. So if we develop powerlifting skills in a rugby player, the rugby player either is gonna be slow or sluggish or unskilled, is gonna get injured or fell out of a game. I've seen it happening many, many times. Look, it's not functional. The same workout was functional for the powerlifter became dysfunctional for the rugby player because the goals don't match, right? You say, this guy is a bodybuilder, he's not doing functional workouts. Guess what? He does. Because the function of his workouts is to develop bigger muscles, is to make him better looking, is to balance his aesthetics so he looks amazing, the biggest he can be, the most detailed he can be. That's different. The most lean he can be, because he's a bodybuilder. That's the function of his training program, right? Again, you get him on a strength and conditioning program, the kind of stuff what I do for my vertical jump, he's not gonna be happy. He's not gonna be happy because that's not what he's looking for, right? I'm not training too much arms, you can see that. I'm not training too much chest, you can see that. I'm training a lot of legs. I'm training for a big vertical. I'm doing trap bar deadlifts, I'm doing rubber band resisted vertical jumps and hops, I'm doing heavy box squats. I don't even squat below the knee because for me that's not important to have that skill. I would rather squat heavier on the top part of the movement, keep my joints safer, right? Don't take that risk, but develop my vertical jump. I've got a couple of guys training here who are CrossFitters. They squat ass to grass. They do front squats. I don't do front squats. For me, it's too risky. It's not important. For them, it's very important because CrossFit relies on front squats. So we work with them on their front squats. We work with them on their low squat mobility and stuff like this. We do that because Olympic lifters and CrossFitters need that range of motion, right? For them to train like I train would be dysfunctional. You get what I mean? My workout is functional for anyone who wants to achieve similar goals that I want to achieve. The class workouts we do here, the groups, are functional for most people because most people want to achieve a better looking, more athletic physique, a better performance, and a higher level of comfort and safety during their workout and their lives. And that's what these groups provide. So that's functional for most people. But for example, a CrossFitter comes in, joins the group, I need to alter some of the exercises for him or her because that person's gonna do deep squats, that person's gonna do front squats. We're gonna focus on correcting and balancing the typical problems and issues coming from the fact that someone is doing high volume Olympic lifting, sometimes with subpar form because of the volume. So there's gonna be a little bit of a change on the program because for them, the program letter by letter would be dysfunctional. It wouldn't serve their purpose as much as it needs to be. Does that make sense to you? It's being a little long, it's like 8 minutes now, but I hope I make sense. So here is my invitation, so to say. Before you hit up Google and you Google functional workout and you download your free program or you join a gym and look for a functional trainer and look for a functional class, even worse, what I say is you find out what you want to achieve. What do you want to achieve? Are you playing basketball and you want to jump high? Are you a sprinter and you want to run fast? Or a cyclist? Are you a short distance track cyclist, right? 400, 1,200? Are you a long distance road cyclist, right? Multi-day races maybe? Are you an off-road mountain biker? Completely different skill. Maybe downhill mountain biker. You don't need to know how to climb because it's downhill. You need to train a completely different way if you're downhill mountain biker or if you're a track rider. Mountain bike, both of them are mountain bike, both of them uses similar tools, both of them are cycling, so it's a cycling program, but because it's downhill, you're effectively not pedaling. Uphill, you barely pedal at all. It's a completely different skill set what you need. So you need to find what you want to achieve. What is your sport? What are your goals? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to become more athletic? You want to be bigger? You want to look like a bodybuilder? You maybe want to compete as a bodybuilder, right? Completely different disciplines, and they will change the way you train completely. I mean, look, if you train like me and you're a bodybuilder, that's not good. Because look at these arms, these are like chopsticks. I don't need arms. I don't want arms. That's not my skill. But a bodybuilder does. Yeah, a crossfitter, definitely part of the sport. You're lifting heavy stuff above your head all the time. I don't. So in fact, I tend to avoid overhead presses with people because of the risks involved and the difficulty of teaching them. You teach them in the group, it's a little bit tricky. But again, crossfitters, we coach them, we mobilize them, we make sure that they can do that movement because that's functional for them. So find your own sport, find your own skill set, what you want to achieve, find your own goals, and then instead of Googling functional workout, Google basketball workout, Google cycling, downhill cycling workout, Google strength and conditioning for CrossFit, Google workout for volleyball or strength training for volleyball, Google all these things, Google road cycling strength workout, whatever. Be more specific. Look for a specific goal. You'll find a lot more and a lot better quality results than if you just go for functional. And rest assured, be sure, if you take a look at a gym's timetable and it says functional workout, there is a good chance that if the goal is not specified, it's probably not as functional as you think. Well, that's it. That's all I wanted to say today. Thank you for watching this video. 11 minutes 45 seconds. Amazing. Have a beautiful day and yeah, enjoy the rest of your heat. This is like 74 degrees Celsius right on the island of Malta right now. The place looks and feels like an oven. So I will finish my workout. Thank you for this extremely long rest between sets. See you soon.